one answer for you. Low self-esteem.
There's actually a clip that has recently resurfaced that I'm going to watch with you guys now. It is pretty much what we already knew, which is that JustPearlyThings is now admittedly a sad person who has low self-esteem and feels as though she herself does not deserve very much. And because she herself doesn't feel she deserves much, she now projects that on all women and has made it her mission to preach that women in their entirety deserve less. It starts off with her saying, people are asking her, like, why are you listening to this man? I assume, like, Andrew Tate or one of the manosphere people.
You listen to this man. And I have one answer for you. Low self-esteem.
Yeah, that's real. Her answer to the question, why do you listen to this sexist trash, basically boils down to, oh, it's because I hate myself.
From a young age, I haven't thought highly of myself. I never thought that I deserved a lot, to be honest. I never thought of myself as a queen. And I never thought of myself super highly. I'm gonna just be honest here. From a young age, I was what you call humbled. Okay, most of my friends, right, were generally like more attractive than me. I was never the hot friend. Most guys, even the average guys, they would ask me about my friend first. And if that didn't work out, then they would come crawling to me. So
I actually almost feel bad for her, just because I know what it's like to suffer from certain mental health conditions and like feel like low self-esteem and feel like you don't deserve much or whatever. Like, I know what that feels like, but at the same time, it's hard for me to have that much sympathy when, because you are, or you yourself are hurting, you're now making it your mission to hurt others. The other thing I'm concerned about is, why the f is she driving? Holy shit, woman, why is a man not driving that car?
yeah, I would say low self-esteem. That's the main one. And yeah, being humbled. That's why I can listen to manosphere content.
So that is JustPearlyThings, making quite the admission, pretty surprising actually, that she's willing to even acknowledge this. But I guess she, in a way, kind of exposed herself here in this clip, and revealed very quickly why she is able to continue consuming content that reaffirms the belief that she is in fact trash or deserving of less, etc., which is just really sad. I mean, she is absolute trash. She is a shit person, but she's a shit person because of her behavior, which is ultimately seemingly motivated by her own internal struggles and whatnot. So, you know, I bet if this girl, like, I bet if JustPearlyThings, like, I don't know, got on antidepressants, I guarantee you, like, her channel would just, like, be done in, like, 2 months. Base lawyer exposes women in the workplace. Okay.
I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. I'm curious. Why do you think women are oppressed?
I think it depends on like what metric. I think, for example, like women are more likely to face like sexual harassment in the workplace. They're less likely to.
Oh, here we go. Then maybe they should leave the workplace.
To like
So I have a question.
Okay, but whatever. Don't fall for this trap either. If they ask, how are women oppressed? I don't think women are oppressed in this country. I think that's really dramatic, and I think that instantly, in a way, poisons the well. If you're listening to this person and you're not a feminist and you hear that they think women are oppressed, then you're probably just going to start tuning them out and assume they're wrong already. So, like, if I were asked that question, I'd be like, well, I don't really think that women are oppressed in this country. I think that women have equal rights when it comes to the law, compared to men, of course, but I think that there are definitely certain social attitudes that still play a role here. A lot of them even subconscious.
We're gonna go to the next one, but just a quick question. Do you think men typically will report sexual harassment?
No, but I also think that.
So how do you, like, why do you think that?
At least when it comes to like surveys that make it more possible to people report truly, like anonymous surveys, it still comes out that women still report higher rates.
A recent poll revealed that 10% of the men surveyed had been victims of sexual misconduct or sexual harassment at work. 1 out of 5 complaints filed with the Equal Employment Opportunity Commission were from men. It says historically workplace sexual harassment has been known to have been underreported, particularly among men. So it's been underreported altogether, and even more so for men previously. But at least based on this information, it sounds like men, at least in these type of surveys, are reporting more honestly. And 1 out of 5 complaints filed with the Equal Employment Opportunity Commission were from men?
I think most women are accurate or at least honest, especially when it comes to like anonymous survey data where there's like no incentive to really lie. I think a lot of it, what is it? You can make like biological arguments for like why that's the case. I don't think it's like okay either way.
I think getting someone that you dislike in trouble is enough.
Is a big reason,
to
yeah.
to
And
even
getting them
report it
fired.
anonymously.
No, I mean like surveys where it's like,
So
oh,
wait, anonymous surveys are different than, they're not saying anonymous reports to just go after somebody in the job that they don't like.
you know, they send it to like 1,000 random people and they're like, have you ever been sexually harassed? What do you define harassment? Blah, blah, blah. And they still answer.
So what
like,
is
highly.
sexually harassed?
So your boss is making like,
Really? These are the questions? Unwanted advances, unwanted comments and remarks, usually sexual undertone, duh. Sexual jokes that aren't appropriate, that can be sexual harassment. There's no way Pearl's asking this in good faith. She's definitely just asking this because she's trying to lead Pixie somewhere, I don't know yet, but... Or you know what, maybe Pearl is actually just that stupid. It is possible.
like inappropriate comments about how you look, about wanting to do like sexual actions with you, touching you inappropriately.
Can you define an inappropriate comment?
Like, dang girl, you got a good booty. I wanna touch that.
What if the women are dressing half naked to work?
I think Jesus said that like pluck thy own eyes out or whatever when it comes to wondering.
But I'm saying like do you
That was a good response. Nice. Again, most jobs and office settings, don't they require some degree of a dress code? I don't think you can just show up to the office half naked. I'm pretty sure Pearl is just making that up, like she makes up everything else, including the fact that she keeps on making up that her father loves her. So clearly, I think she's just making this up again. Even if a woman showed up to work dressed half naked, that does not warrant unwanted comments or advances towards her. They'll generally give you 1 of 4 dress codes: business professional, business casual, smart casual, or casual. There's no workplace, office space, whatever, where some woman is showing up half naked to go sit down at her computer and respond to fucking emails, okay? It's just not happening.
But I think most of the time, like, they get in trouble for, like, workplace, like, violations, too. Like, that can be considered a form of sexual harassment, you know, if you're, like, showing your breast to, like, a man. Just like how if, like, a man was showing...
And what happens when they try to enforce dress codes? Do women typically say, oh, that's so reasonable?
I think it depends on the company.
In general, when we hear dress codes, do women typically comply or complain?
I think they...
What? Neither. It depends on the job. Why you're asking a fucking impossible question?
I mean, have you ever heard a story of women whining about the dress codes and calling them sexist?
So if a woman shows up to work half naked or whatever, like, that could also be a form of sexual harassment. That's a good point that Pixie made that I didn't even think of myself. I think that's a really good one. That, yeah, if you're dressed really skimpy, really inappropriately, that too could be a form of sexual harassment. That too could be inappropriate for the workplace. So there's that. So having dress codes is a good thing. But if you have a dress code that's like, ladies, don't let the lustful eyes of the men dare to see your beautiful, soft, femoid skin on your ankle, or else we will become raping machines. Okay? Now, if you have a dress code like that, then yeah, it's possible for it to be sexist. It's like Pearl doesn't understand nuance, and I think that it speaks to her low IQ, is the fact that she doesn't understand that these issues are so complicated. They're not black and white. They're not that easy and basic and simple. That you shouldn't go to work half naked, but trying to enforce a really ridiculous dress code that purposely or overboard, I guess, penalizes women for certain things, then it could also be a sexist one. What do you fucking know?
Well, I think sometimes it is sexist, right? Like the idea that if I show my ankles, I'm somehow like trying to seduce a man. Like
whoa! We're on the same energy, guys. Didn't pre-watch this video, I promise.
that's sexist.
Oh, so it's ankles.
It's not ankle.
No, but like
I think-
historically,
but
that's like an
my
example.
point is, it's very. I'll tell you, it's very confusing to guys because what women will do is they'll dress really provocatively, and then the guys will say something. Because I mean, by every
This
metric,
isn't confusing to guys. How about this? Okay, listen to all you little lads out there that are apparently very confused, according to Pearl. Don't hit on people when you're at work. There you go. Whoa. What do you fucking know? That's it. I guess us ape men, we don't know, man, okay? We don't understand. See booby, must harass.
you're signaling that you want to be approached if you're dressing super provocatively.
No, you're not. That's not signaling that you want to be approached. This is another misunderstanding. It's quite plenty possible for somebody to dress provocatively for their own desire, for whatever reason they want. It does not actually warrant being approached, and it certainly does not warrant having unwanted advances made on you, aka you've already been approached, you've told them no, and they keep on trying.
A lot of times I would argue women flirt for attention, and they flirt a lot in the workplace. Men don't mind, they don't care. But I think
If a woman's flirting with you all the time in the workplace, that too could be sexual harassment.
Or they say the wrong thing or look at you the wrong way, the women can go to HR or cry harassment.
100%.
And then what happens? Is there evidence of that occurring? Like, remember the whole Me Too movement, Pearl? You remember what that Me Too movement revealed? Remember how it revealed that a fuck ton of complaints had actually been made to HR departments about the behavior of these various executives who were later exposed, and those PR companies did nothing about it? Wasn't that like one of the major controversies involved with the whole Me Too thing, or one of the major issues that the Me Too movement exposed?
We see this happening all the time. And we know that HR is for the company and it's for women. It's not for men. I know some.
What? We were just reading about how men report to the HR quite frequently. You know what I really hate is when I go to fact check one of these dumb fucks on this podcast, and then I actually pull up something that not only debunks what they were saying, but actually demonstrates even more so how wrong they are. Misconduct complaints made by men more likely to be investigated, survey finds. HR's Employee Experience Survey, conducted to mark the second anniversary of the Me Too movement, polled more than 1,300 workers. Although men and women experience issues equally, those reported by men are 26% more likely to be investigated.
Personally, who was sexually harassed, a man, sexually harassed at work over time, constantly, and then the woman had the audacity to then go to HR crying, like Pearl just said, lying about what happened, saying that she was uncomfortable from a comment.
Yeah, sometimes people lie, guys. Did you know that? Listen, okay, because we know that sometimes people lie, let's just get rid of a way for people who are telling the truth to be able to express complaints within the company. Yeah, that makes total sense. Did you know that sometimes people falsely call 911? Let's just get rid of the police then, okay? ACAB, bruh. Let's just fucking be done with the police. 911, this number's been disconnected. Because some people lie, you know? Turns out that just if some people lie and try to abuse certain powers or entities, does not in fact mean that that entire entity is therefore bad and should be disregarded and done away with.
Then he made, when he made the comment to literally just protect himself and to stop what she was doing to him. And then he lost his job. He lost his job.
Can we get a name of that, please? Or was this like my friend's aunt told me this story when I was little kind of thing?
Another girl we were speaking with the other day, she said that two people in the workplace had a consensual relationship. The woman wanted more. The man didn't want anything with her. She then was upset and then got him fired because she said that she was uncomfortable and potentially sexually harassed him. This man lost his job. So I think, and also there was something I saw that women always have a man in the workplace that they're excited to see. They always have that
Work
one
hubby.
man. Work hubby, exactly. Why are women wearing pencil skirts, high heels, showing cleavage, having button down?
Oh my god. Pencil skirts? Cleavage? Button downs? Am I in the office or have I just gone on to Pornhub.com?
On top, all of these things, like even in my workplace, you know, obviously working in a law firm, sometimes it's casual, sometimes it's not. But some of the women, they dress so sexy and it's like, I'm uncomfortable. I'm like, wow, she looks good. That's a nice shape, whatever. Like, and how are men thinking? I think that women
men can think whatever they want, okay? It's when you start talking and saying what you're thinking out loud in the workplace that the problem arises.
Dress provocatively, and then they cry when they get the attention that they
Well,
really want.
I think the common theme here, though, is the believe all women thing, isn't it?
100%.
Across.
Oh my god. It's so easy to dismiss this shit. Like, yeah, of course, not. No, we don't just believe all women. If a woman tells me the sky is red, I don't just believe her, okay, because she's a woman. Nah, not really a fan of that one. Turns out that believe all women is not really a necessary slogan to participate in. For you to still take a understanding and empathetic approach towards people who claim to be victimized.
It's completely wrong.
Yeah, my advice to men is, right, because the workplace traditionally, like statistically speaking, that used to be where you would meet your partner, right? It was either like in school or like high school or work. A lot of people would, the office work party at Christmas time, okay, but now it's very dangerous. So I say to men, do not speak to any girls at work. I don't care. I don't care what industry you're in. Do not, men.
You're literally going to get in more trouble for doing it that way than anything else. How about just don't make any sexual comments or jokes to people in your job, not just to women, to people in your job.
But that one where a girl's walking past, you try to grab her arm and she has not even looked at you. Men, please stop doing that.
Yeah, don't.
Yeah, don't do that. Don't not do that out of protection for yourself, or you don't want to be accused. Don't do that, because that's fucking rude and creepy.
Don't touch no woman till she says I like you.
Yeah.
And I want to be touched.
Yeah, don't touch no woman.
Don't even bother put your hand on no woman.
Yeah.
So I'm.
This is so backwards. That they're like coming to the conclusion that you shouldn't touch a woman non-consensually, but they're coming to this conclusion because they want to protect themselves from accusations and allegations. So like maybe you shouldn't not unconsensually touch women to begin with, pal. It's like creepy. They believe all these creepy things, but they've still managed to somehow go full circle to being respectful.
What's your thought?
I think that there's two sides to every story. I think it definitely does happen that some women, cry wolf. I don't want to be like that never happens. I think the idea of I'm sorry, but I don't think a pencil skirt and button blouse is sexy for me.
Are you serious? Have you seen the fantasy that men have about a woman at
girl.
work?
What? Because males have a weird fantasy. Hey, listen, all you ladies being nurses out there, okay? Don't be wearing your nurse outfit anymore to work, okay? Aren't you familiar that some men have that whole nurse fantasy where girls dress up as nurses and stuff, bruh? Huh?
Are you serious?
That
is a pencil skirt that is tight to your figure that shows your curves. You don't think that's sexy?
Yeah, but
It can be sexy. No one said you can't be sexy at work. Pearl said half naked. Dressing sexy and dressing half naked is different. Second of all, even if you are dressed sexy, that doesn't warrant comments or advances or physical touches being done to you, okay? It doesn't.
Sexy,
I feel like the problem is if men can sometimes make almost anything sexual. I think again, to me that's
No.
It's true though. Look at the people look at historically, right? When it's no, they can't show their ankles, that's too sexy. Oh, wearing shorts, that's too sexy. Even in
But wearing
Arabian
shorts
countries.
it is sexy. You're showing your whole leg. You're showing the shape of your bum. You're showing that your hips.
She actually is. What? She's actually taking this approach?
Sexy.
Okay,
the
showing that
ankles
you're a
thing, maybe
human
not,
being
but-
with anatomy, I don't think that's inherently sexy.
I can't believe she just said showing your leg is now sexy. Dude, this is what I mean. This girl would say that it's wrong to show your leg at work, and if you do, and then you get sexually harassed, that it's warranted or that you were asking for it because of the way you were dressed. This is the whole victim blaming thing all over again. This is literally just 1955 rhetoric, just repackaged on a fucking modern day YouTube channel. This is insane.
I think it's sexy if I start showing my breast, sure. If I start making it close where you can see my private areas, yeah, that's sexy. But I don't think it's enough to just say oh yeah, I have a body. That's I don't think that's
You don't
inherently
think there's
sexy.
such thing as provocative clothing?
I do. If I have
Oh my god, this girl is actually even more annoying than Pearl. How is this fucking possible? What? How do they manage to not get one but two of the dumbest, most insufferable fucking women in the same room together? Oh my God. I cannot even imagine the stench of daddy issues and insecurity that just is wafting through the air. So you don't think that anybody can ever dress provocatively, oi?
85% of people got married. People were married back then. They had a family. And women did not want to signal to other men that they were available.
The fact you think that it's necessarily signaling that they're available, it just reveals how stupid you are. You don't understand it. And this is what I was going to say earlier, is she's so insecure, she can't even fathom somebody dressing a certain way that isn't designed to elicit the attraction of men. She can't even fucking fathom it. She can't even fucking fathom that there are some people out there that might dress a little more revealing simply because they're confident, they work out, they're proud of their body, they have confidence, they don't care, they don't mind, they like how they look, whatever. She can't even fathom that. No, this woman must be doing something for a man. And when that's not the case, her brain just 404 errors out.